Maybe we'll have a good surprise for you.
Mesut Özil is now going to be playing in the Premier League for us.
Mesut Ozil. Even today, whenever this name comes up in any football gathering, most modern-day playmakers get chills, and strikers, they dream of playing with such a player. We're talking about a football player who was called a technically perfect footballer. German Messi, German Zidane, Assist King, the Raven. These were the nicknames given to him. And one of the greatest football managers, Jose Mourinho, once said about him, "Ozil is so unique that there is no copy of him, not even a bad one." Even today, for many people, Ozil is the greatest playmaker ever. But how did a player, about whom such great things were said, end up being labeled a traitor, a liability, and a finished player? Was he really as great as people claim? Was he overrated? Or overhated? Welcome to the channel, where we go back in time and talk about players and teams that were truly special in their era, and try to find out how great they actually were. In this episode, we'll talk about how good Mesut Ozil was. Born in 1988, Mesut Ozil started his football career. At the age of just 7, he played for different youth academies over the years. At 17, he signed with Schalke's youth team, and after playing just one season, he was promoted to the senior team. After only 2 seasons there, he was already labeled the next big thing in German football. From his early career alone, everyone could notice his highly technical ability, an excellent dribbler, great agility, and above all, amazing playmaking ability. His vision was far ahead of most of his teammates. While playing for Schalke, he played many different midfield roles, deep, wide, and eventually as a number 10. But since he wasn't playing in his best position, his assist numbers weren't too high. Despite all that talent, after 2 seasons with Schalke's senior team, everything fell apart between Ozil and the board. According to Ozil, his annual salary of 1.5 million euros was not enough. He wanted more. As a result, before the season even ended, the manager decided not to play Ozil again. So, in the winter transfer window, Mesut Ozil moved to Werder Bremen for 5 million euros. Most German clubs were interested in signing him, but even then, paying 5 million for a 19-year-old was a big deal. So Mesut Ozil started his career at Werder Bremen, which turned out to be a historic run. In his first complete season, Ozil set records, providing 23 assists and helping Bremen win the 2009 DFB Pokal, even scoring in the final against Bayer Leverkusen. After that first full season, his playmaking ability shocked German football. But the next season, he was even better. 10 goals and 29 assists, the highest across Europe that year, not just in the Bundesliga. At just 21 years old, providing 29 assists in one season, can you imagine how huge that is? There's something about German teams, with W in their logos, and W midfielders, 100% hit record, man. After those record-breaking seasons, the whole of Europe went crazy. Manchester United, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Arsenal, all the big clubs wanted to sign him. One report says Wayne Rooney personally approached Sir Alex Ferguson to sign Mesut Ozil for Manchester United. After all those impressive performances, 21-year-old Ozil was called up to the national team for none other than the 2010 World Cup. At first, it seemed impossible for him to even get a spot in that talented German squad. But not only did he make the team, he dropped one of the most impressive debut tournaments ever. At the 2010 World Cup, 21-year-old Ozil recorded 4 assists and 1 goal, proving he was not just good enough to play for this incredible team, but an essential part of it. He was even nominated among the top 10 players for the Golden Ball. After such a performance on that stage, he proved he wasn't just putting up numbers for Schalke and Bremen, but could perform at the highest level with Germany itself. This proved his caliber, and his demands skyrocketed. Across Europe, everyone wanted him, and the club he joined next was Real Madrid. In Ozil's own words, "When the offer came to join Real Madrid, there was no decision to make. You don't refuse this club." Obviously, who would say no to Real Madrid? In August 2010, for 15 million euros, Mesut Ozil joined Real Madrid. At first, he was meant to be a backup for Kaká, a Ballon d'Or winner and one of the best in the world. So at the start of the season, Ozil wasn't an important part of the squad, usually coming off the bench. But soon after, Kaká got injured. That gave Ozil the chance to prove himself, and boy, did he prove it. Real Madrid's lethal front line, with Cristiano Ronaldo, Ángel Di Maria, Karim Benzema, Gonzalo Higuaín, had Ozil playing behind them. He orchestrated one of the greatest playmaking roles ever seen in Madrid's history. In his first season, Ozil scored 10 goals and provided 29 assists, the highest not only for Real Madrid or La Liga, but across all of Europe. Next season, manager José Mourinho made it clear publicly that Ozil would be the main creative engine of his setup. And Ozil didn't disappoint. 7 goals, 28 assists. That season, Real Madrid finished with 100 points, the first Spanish team ever to do so. After that brilliant season, Ozil was nominated for both the FIFA Ballon d'Or and UEFA's Best Player award. At Euro 2012, despite Germany's disappointment, Ozil was the tournament's top assist provider. From 2011 to 2016, he was named German Footballer of the Year 5 times. In his third season with Real Madrid, he again recorded 10 goals and 25 assists. To show how crazy those assist numbers were, the top 4 single-season assist records in Real Madrid history are Ozil with 29, Ozil with 28, Luis Figo with 27, and Ozil again with 25. And he was there for just 3 seasons. However, under Carlo Ancelotti, Ozil started feeling left out of the plans, especially after new signings like Luka Modric and Gareth Bale. It seemed like his role was being phased out, and that's when he decided to leave. Just 30 minutes before the 2013 transfer window closed, Mesut Ozil joined Arsenal for a record €50 million, making him the most expensive German player ever. But the transfer didn't go as favorably as expected. At Real Madrid, he was feeding Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema. At Arsenal, he was feeding Olivier Giroud. Oh my God. In his first Arsenal season, he recorded 7 goals and 14 assists. But in the next, it dropped to 5 goals and 9 assists, his lowest ever. Now when you see those memes, that Ozil was preparing Giroud's backside, you know the context. The man broke records before this, but you can't judge Ozil's decline just by his slow Arsenal start. Because for Germany, he was still shining bright. In the 2014 FIFA World Cup, Germany emerged as champions. In his third Arsenal season, he scored 8 goals and provided 20 assists. Back to that magical number 20. Though his early Arsenal years were underwhelming, he helped them win multiple cups and top the Premier League assist charts. 2016-17, 12 goals, 14 assists. 2017-18, 5 goals, 15 assists. These were the last 2 years of Ozil's peak playmaking ability. But Arsenal was going through a lot of changes. Managers, tactics, locker room issues. All this affected his form, reducing his game time and numbers. By 2018-19, 6 goals, 3 assists. By 2019-20, 1 goal, 3 assists. Then came the controversies. In May 2018, Ozil and İlkay Gündoğan, both of Turkish descent, met the Turkish president and posted photos with him. That caused outrage in Germany. People questioned his loyalty and labeled him a traitor. Germany's World Cup failure made things even worse. Ozil accused the federation of racism, while Toni Kroos publicly denied it. All this led to Ozil never playing for Germany again. At Arsenal, another controversy began when he spoke out about the mistreatment of Muslims in China. China responded by banning Arsenal matches from being broadcast. He fell out with the manager. He fell out with the board. He fell out with the fans. His high salary, compared to his declining performances, became a problem. Eventually, Arsenal dropped him from their 25-man Premier League squad. After all that, Arsenal and Ozil finally parted ways. He then spent 3 seasons with Fenerbahce and Istanbul Başakşehir. Injuries limited his appearances, and everyone missed the star they once knew. Mesut Ozil's once high-flying career, which could have ended on a golden note, instead turned into a tragedy. But the records he set early in his career, especially up to age 25 or 26, remain unmatched. I genuinely believe Mesut Ozil was a unique player. You rarely see players today with that kind of agility, that kind of dribbling, that kind of playmaking ability, and that kind of vision, all at once. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. There are plenty more videos like this coming soon.